afternoon, good evening, good night, and welcome to welcome to my wrap-up of the books I read for November. So I'm just gonna go through them quickly. Some of them I don't have the actual books here. Some of them I read them on my Kindle. So I'll show you the picture on my Kindle app, or if I am able to, I'll insert the photos. Alrighty. So the first book I read, I don't have the book here because I went to the library and I just saw the book on the decks. It's The Night Book Mobile by Audrey Nyfinger. It's a graphic novel, and I just saw it in the library and I was like, oh, let me see what this is about. It's about a young lady who actually wanted to join the book to work. One night she went out for a walk and she saw the book mobile, and she went into the book mobile, and it contained all the books she had ever read in her life up to that point. And every once in a while, as she went through her life, she saw the book mobile again, and she was able to go in and look through all the books that she had read during her lifetime up to that point. And she asked the gentleman how she would be able to get to work there, and he said no, she wouldn't be able to work there, but to go forward, she lived her life, and then she did something and did something, oh, that's so wild and out there, but yeah, she finally ended up working in the book mobile, and that's the Night Book Mobile. If you ever see it, take a look inside of it. The second book I read was The Tome of Bill. The name of the book is Bill the Vampire, and there he is, big gentleman right there. And I read the book one. It's the Kindle edition in the book one. I think there is 6 books, I think. No, not 6. Yeah, 6 books right there in The Tome of Bill. And it's about a young man. One day he was on just a small snippet. He was on a train, and he was invited to a party by a fine-looking young lady. And the young lady never told him that she was a vampire. And the party that she invited him to ended up being the last party that he went to. Alrighty, so this is the novel from he woke up and he's now living his life as a vampire, full of snark, very funny. It's like a vampire on steroids, but hey, that's The Tome of Bill, and I gave that one 3 stars. There are 6 books. It was good, but it could have been a whole lot better, but hey, that's how that was. The third book I read this month was The Good Daughter. I love this book. It is a mystery fiction. It's a fiction. I'm going by it's from the library. It's a fiction, and it was very well written. The story was wonderfully told by Miss Karen Slaughter, and she did an excellent job on this book. There are adult themes throughout this book, so beware if you pick it up to read. There are adult themes and adult situation, very adult situations that happens in this book. And I think Miss Slaughter is an excellent author, and it's the first of her books that I read. I read this book with my booktube or YouTube book group. Crystal Reads and Write book. One of my first friends from when I started doing books, who came over and said hi on my channel, and she started a book group, and this was the first pick. Alrighty, and another book from my continuing saga of reading the White Trash Vampire series by Diana Rowland. and this one is called White Trash Zombie Apocalypse. Yes, as usual, Angel ends up getting herself right in the middle and the thick of things. This time there's a movie being shot in Louisiana, her hometown, and she gets called to pick up a body. And when she arrives on the scene, there are she immediately notices that there are zombies mixed in with the other regulars working on the movie. So she was like, "Oh, this is awesome! At least the vampires get to work, and they might get some." She didn't think they would go crazy and try to eat the other people on the set. But when she does a little digging, she finds out the reason why. And her zombie baby came back to her. Yeah, she made a zombie in book 2. In book 2, she made a zombie baby one, and he came back to her in book 3. And yeah, that's a good tale though. This was really, really good. I loved it. And then just before I went into Tome Topple this time, I read a book with my YouTube group. Both of my my Facebook groups decided to read Gender Game by Bella Forrest. I found that book. That's a really, really good book. It's so good. It was so good. So good. I'll try and put a picture up here of it. But Violet, the lead young lady in this book is Violet. She's 19 years old, and she lives on there are I'll call them two states or two town, or it's a little partition, like one state like Canada and America right here, but one side is ruled by the men and it's called Patras, and the second side is ruled by the women and it's called Matras. I almost said mattress, right? Yeah, Matras. And Violet is from Matras. Violet unfortunately did the unthinkable. She committed a couple of crimes and she murdered a couple of people. And in order for them not to kill her, because it would have been it's her second time, so she would have been killed, they sent her on a mission to Patras to steal some. So I don't know what she's stealing this item for, but in order for her to steal the item, she has to marry a man from Patras. And when you move to Patras, you have no rights, none. Your husband can assign you to another man, and you have to follow the direction of that other man. Or you can be walking on the road and you'll be attacked just out of the blue by any man, and you have no say, none whatsoever in Patras. That's a mattress woman that goes to Patras has no say whatsoever. So they are treated, they are less than, really, they are really less than, they are nothing. Actually nothing, because if she actually sees a crime being committed in Patras, she cannot report it. She can say nothing. Nobody will believe her. They won't listen to her. They won't take her word for it. The crime that was committed would have to be seen by a man, and then they won't even act on it. Then they'd have to make a report, and then somebody would come and speak to the gentleman of the house to see if something actually happened. Wow, that is a situation that is not very pleasing. No way, no. So that's Gender Game. Let me get off it, because I can spend a little time on Gender Game. Just keep it. Anyway, we did Tome Topple round 5, and I did a to be read for Tome Topple, and I had the Discovery of Witches on there, which I didn't get to finish, but I'll finish it up eventually. I didn't get to finish it this time. and it's really big also. But one book I did get to finish was Blankets by Craig Thompson. It's about a young man who is trying to reconcile the life that he is living with the teachings of the Bible. That's the way I am going to describe it. Somebody else might describe it another way. There's a lot of memories that he used to tell his tale. There are small, as he says, there are small brutalities that parents inflict upon their children and siblings upon each other. He describes the ecstasy and ache of obsession with God and a lover. So yeah, first love and God were the two most trying things in this young man Craig Thompson's life, and sometimes, you know, those are the two trying things in a lot of other people's life also. Okay, the second book that I read for Tome Topple was Renegade. Renegade by Marissa Meyer. I want to say clearly that this is the first book I read from Marissa Meyer, and no, I did not enjoy this. This book is supposed to be the first book in a new series, and this book did not make me want to pick up the second book. This book is slow. This is plodding. This is now, I wanted to stop reading it, but I don't like to stop reading the book, because if I stop reading the book, I'll never pick it up again. This was my body read, as I said, and my body DNF it. She did not finish it. She threw in the towel. She said she could not stand it. She could not take it anymore, and she dumped it off. She just said, no, I'm not finishing this book. Alrighty? So, Renegade, it's well written. I can say it's well written, but the story is not very... this story doesn't give me life. It wasn't invigorating. It didn't make me want to pick up the book. It didn't make me want to run out and buy the second book. I don't care what happened to these people. It just bored. It was just a boring book. It was a boring read. And yeah, Marissa Meyer's, this is not a good, for me, this is not a good start to a series. I like a first series that excites me, makes me be happy for the author, be happy to read it. I want to read the second book. I am not excited by this book. I am not excited to read the follow-up book. I don't care if it ever has a follow-up book either. And that's Renegade. My final book for Tome Topple was J.R. Ward, The Shadow. This is the 13th book in the Black Daggerwood series that she has written. I am very behind. I know there is 16 books to be exact, and I'm just on book 3. I can read it up and catch it up by the next book, time the next book comes out. But these books, they all follow a set formula in my mind right now. Maybe that's why I stopped reading. So reading them for a while. They fall in love. The person they fall in love is either dying, is sick, has cancer. They fall in love, or they fall in love with somebody who they are not, and they are not supposed to fall in love with because they are promised to somebody else. Most of these follow that same rule. And this time she was telling the story of two brothers in the books. They are called the Shadow because they can dematerialize, and well, all of the vampires in this series can dematerialize, but when the two brothers, Trez and I am, dematerialize, they become smoke. They become smoke and just float away. And that's how they travel. It's basically the tale of some vampires, a group of vampires living in Caldwell, New York, and they are called the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. They live there without the knowledge of humans, so there is interaction between the vampires and human, but the vampires, as are immortal. Humans are just here for a time. And this is J.R. Ward's #1 series. She has a couple of other series that she writes under different names. A couple of other books that she writes under different names. but this is our #1 series. Alright, so that's all the books I managed to totally read for Tome Topple. As I said, I didn't get to my 4th book, and I am going to finish that off. Alrighty, so that's everything I read for November. Thank you for watching. Be well, be blessed, and I'll see you next time. Read some books. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm up to as of the taping of this, I'm up to book number 94 in my 100 read in 2017. So when I get to 100, I'll do a video and update you. And so be well. I'll see you next time. Be blessed.